Greetings to you viewers. My name is Pastor Yvonne Chipindu as we are still continuing with Christ in our mission. Remember, there was this invalid. If you go to Matthew, to the book of Matthew, Jesus asked him, do you want to be saved? And then he goes on to say, Lord, I'm just waiting for an angel. When he bubbles the water, I don't have anyone to throw me in the water so that I may be well. But Jesus is asking him, do you want to be well? So some of us in our visions, we are looking for people's help. We are looking for help from our friends, from our relatives. But remember, I said with Christ. So we can only accomplish our mission, our visions with Christ. Like this invalid is looking for somebody to throw him in the water. But what he is not, what he could not recognize is that he is speaking to his Lord. He is speaking to the only one who can help him, who can assist him to be well. So as a child of God, don't look for help anywhere. But instead of you going to your friend, you'd rather take that time, be on your knees, talk to your God. He is the only one who will be able to help and strengthen you in your endeavors. I need to read for you from the book of Ruth. Today we want to talk about patience. With Christ in our vision, we have three principles. The first one is patience. The second one is endurance and obedience. Do you know between Esau and Jacob, we know that Esau was the firstborn. He had the firstborn birthrights. But what happened was he wasn't patient enough. Do you remember when he sold his birthright to Jacob? It was because he was hungry. He couldn't be patient enough to wait for the food to be prepared and then he'll eat. He even sold his birthright to his brother just to have food on his mouth. So now as a child of God, we need patience. As we are talking about patience, remember we need it in our walk. You remember Naomi, who was the mother-in-law to Ruth and Orpah? Naomi's sons died, and when they died, she even asked their daughters-in-law to go back to their parents' house. I need to read it for you from Ruth chapter 1, verse 11. But Naomi said, turn back, my daughters. Why will you go with me? Have I yet sons in my womb that they may become your husbands? Turn back, my daughters, go, for I am too old to have a husband. If I should say I have hope, even if I should have a husband tonight and should bear sons, would you therefore wait till they were grown? Would you therefore refrain from marrying? Now, my daughters, it is far more bitter for me than for you, than the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. Then they wept aloud again, and Orpah kissed their mother-in-law goodbye, and Ruth clung to her. So you see, Orpah was not patient enough. Like what Naomi did, it was one of the distractions that we might experience in our visions, that some people may come to discourage you. Some people may come to distract you. But look at what Orpah has done. She had showed that she is impatient and she kissed her mother-in-law goodbye. But the scriptures tells us that Ruth clung to her. She kept on holding on to her mother-in-law. She did not let distractions take her vision away, but she kept on stuck with her mother-in-law. And listen to what she said. And Naomi said, see, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and to her gods. Return after your sister-in-law. We all know that we are the wives of Jesus Christ. The church is the bride of Jesus Christ. So now look at what Orpah has shown us. She has shown us that even there is something that is happening in their marriage. She's able to turn back and go back to where she came from. But Ruth has shown us that whatever goes in my marriage, whatever happens, even when I'm worshiping God, I will remain stuck with my God. So now, verse 16, and Ruth said, urge me not to leave you or turn back from following you. For where you go, I will go. This is the spirit that we need to have as children of God. Remember, Jesus said, abide in me and I will abide in you. So now Ruth is saying, Mom, where do I go? I will remain stuck with you. For where you go, I will go as well. What you eat, I will eat. She was just trying to tell us that whatever distractions comes, they don't have to move us from what we said we are going to do. We have to we remain steadfast. We have to be principled enough to say what I say is what I say. Don't be moved with the economy. Don't be moved with your friend's advice. Don't be moved with situations. Remain stuck with your vision. Verse 18, when Naomi saw that Ruth was determined to go with her, she said no more. So they both went on until they came to Bethlehem. All I just want to try and tell you is that we need patience. And if you have enjoyed this message, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share. Until we meet again tomorrow, stay blessed.